Welcome to this episode of Little Structures. Today, I'm doing a studio tour. So, let's get started. So I've been in the studio for 3 months now, and I've finally gotten around to making it how I want it. I've got all my stuff organized where I want it to be, and here's the tour of how I've organized and put things where I want them. So this is the main backdrop that you see whenever I make videos. So I sit in front of this, and I recently put up these pegboards to just really optimize the space without having to put stuff on the wall. So these pegboards are from IKEA, and they are directly mounted to these lockers. So I've got all of my art stuff like pens, markers, paintbrushes, some small files, X-Actos, things like that. This is a press that I use to lay down. Stainless steel, got my levels, French curves, triangles, circles, and then a few odds and ends. And then I've got these trays in here. So I actually don't like to put the lid on things because then I just don't know what's in it and I don't feel like labeling it. So I use the lid as kind of just a holding spot so I remember where it goes. So I just, they also kind of snap in like that. Then I've got paint, stain, this is my sandpaper, and this is all my electrical equipment. In here I've got more spray paint and some extra stuff that, like extra dollhouse furniture that I don't really use, but I can probably hack one day. And then in this side of the cabinet I have all my sewing equipment. So sewing machine is in there, and I keep that locked because those doors swing open when I don't want them to. And then on this side I've got tools, pliers. I've got basic tools. This is just a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver. I have these really short ones so I can get in the dollhouse and use them and have space. Clamps, quick grips, standard clamps, my level. All the woods will have my cyanoacrylates up here, and then my Elmer's glue and adhesive remover is in here. These I haven't put the labels yet, but these are pencils and the other side is pins. And I just keep them in these toolboxes so that they just don't look like clutter everywhere. And then in these I have all of my dollhouse like trinkets. So this is like food, books, pots and pans, stuff like that. I put those in these so that they stay organized. And I don't have to see them kind of flailing around. This is all the electrical, so this is all my extra lamps and my transformers for the dollhouses. So I have it here. And then sandpaper, it's just really a drawer full of sandpaper. And then down here by the door I've got all of my strips of wood, basswood, balsa wood. I have a little bit of floral wire for plants and things like that. It's also where I keep my long rulers and my architect's scale, just because they're out of the way and I know where they're at, so I put them here. Glass jars of stickers when I go to maker fairs and things like that. So I got those in there. I also have color pencils, some 3D modeling stuff, paint pens, just things like that. So it's stuff I don't use that often, but it's there. Okay, and then this area is where I do all my project management, and I keep some of the tools. So I've got 3 buckets, and that keeps me from taking on too many projects. So this way I know what projects I have running and their due date. So I put, their title and then when I want to have them finished. And that way I can keep all of my parts in one area as well as see kind of what I'm doing so I don't get overwhelmed. And then up here I just have samples. These are like color books and some fabric samples for custom fabric and prints. This is just where I keep all my letters for my board up here, and this is just decoration. In these I have all of my Cricut materials and a few kits that I want to do. And then in here, this is where I have all of my odds and ends, like this bed frame that I want to hack one day. Things I get on sale. So this window was $3, so I just bought it. I don't have a use for it, but I just keep it in here in case I want to have a project for it later. Same with these like big bay windows. And a few extra like foam materials are in there as well. And then this is where I keep my dollhouse. This dollhouse is on a cart, and each one of these drawers has different build materials. So the top drawer, I've got all the siding, so it's like brick siding. And then I've got roofing in here. Next is acrylic, wood parts, landscaping, and furniture. These are all furniture projects that I plan on completing, but they're in here because I have other projects. Okay, so now on the opposite wall of the lockers and the pegboards, I just have furniture that I've completed, and most of this furniture will be available in the shop coming this fall, so you can look forward to that. So this is just a reminder that, hey, you need to build these things. This is really just, feels like a museum to me, but I just have it up here, so if people come over and they want to see some dollhouse work, I have it on display. And then below here, I've got like books. It's a lot of decorative stuff. And then in this locker cabinet down here, I've got all of my paper stuff for drawing. This is probably my favorite part of the studio, and it's these side pegboards that I mounted to the side of the table. I've got electricity that I can use really close to the table, paint, any like extra cutting tools. Got some aluminum down here. Yeah, so I just mounted this to the side of the table, and there's a bunch of random knickknacks or like small things like this galvanized wire. Like, where am I gonna put that? I just hang it on the side of the pegboards and I'm good to go. So on this side, I've got all of my Cricut boards as well as tape and any other random cords or wires that I need. I have them on this pegboard. And then on the other side, the great thing about mounting this to the table is that I can use the other side of the pegboard and basically get 4 pegboards out of 2. So on the other side, I've got some paint equipment, a little bit of spackle, and then a cleanup brush. This is rarely on camera, this area, but this is a seating area. So this is kind of like a little bit music themed. I got my clarinets down here, ukuleles up there, and yeah, this is kind of just a corner that I really like. I think it's really relaxing, and I've got this like fake fur thing on the seat, so it's really soft. But anyway, I forgot to film an outro to this video, so you get phone this. So thanks so much for watching this episode of Little Structures. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, so if you're not like a YouTuber, you don't upload things to YouTube, there's this thing called like end screens, and I have to basically film 20 seconds of something so that you can either subscribe or see the next video or whatever. So this is me just talking to a camera for 20 seconds.